Okay, hi everybody, and welcome to One Point Perspective. Here are the things that you are going to need. You're going to need a piece of paper, which you probably already have. You're going to need a pencil, and you're going to need a ruler. Remember, rulers are only used for measuring and drawing straight lines. They're not used for hitting your neighbor or your table or bending. They will break. Not a good thing. Okay, or spinning. Okay, here we go. You guys ready for this? All right, so here's how we're going to draw it out. You're going to lay your ruler in the middle of the paper, okay? And then you're going to go ahead right away, put your name at the top of the paper. You're going to put your class code up there right away, and you're going to go ahead and put today's date. Look at the Cyclops easel for that. Okay, first thing, you're going to go ahead and draw a horizon line. Remember, horizon line separates the ground and the sky. You're going to go ahead and draw that dot. What is the dot? Do you guys remember? You're right. It's the VP. The real VIP, the real VP, the vanishing point. Okay, now, eventually you're like, Mrs. Mozingo, what are we drawing today? We are going to be drawing this. We're going to be starting to draw the beginnings of our one-point perspective. Now, you will have already seen in class the different ways. There's one-point perspective, which we're going to do today. There's two-point perspective. There's actually a three-point perspective. But we're going to start with the basics. We learn the basics, and then we'll go from there. We're going to go ahead and just draw two diagonal lines coming out from that vanishing point. That's our number one. Okay, so you should have basically an equilateral triangle. Yes, even math intersects with art. All right, I'm going to keep my pencil on that VP, and I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm going to do those dashed lines that you might see in a highway, and I'm going to do far apart lines here and skinnier as it gets towards that VP. Okay. Now, the beauty of having a video like this is that you can stop it, pause it, rewind it, pause it, savor the moment, or just watch it in real time, okay? Now, next thing that I'm going to do, we're going to start to do the curb. Now, I'll put my pencil on the VP, a little bit of space here. I'm going to make the curb. So the curb isn't going to be super duper huge. I'm going to do another one on this side. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of space. Put on the vanishing point, and okay, so it's a little bit bigger on this side. Ugh, that's kind of big. Actually, I think I might make it bigger on this side to even them out. Look at that. Even teachers make mistakes, and that's okay. And that's okay. So those are a little bit more similar in size. Okay. Now, once you've got the curb, now I'm going to do the actual sidewalk. So I want you to imagine you're in like downtown, some sort of a downtown, some sort of a busy city. Okay. Now I'm going to take the vanishing point. I'm going to make it a little bit wider. VP, make it a little bit wider. Here we go. This is where it's going to get good, people. I'm going to go a little bit faster, possibly. Here we go. I'm going to take this ruler. Now remember the two different directions that we go, horizontal and vertical. Okay. Diagonal occasionally. We call them orthogonal lines if they're headed towards the vanishing point. Now we're also, for this particular lesson, we'll be looking at the School of Athens, which is a classical painting done by Raphael during the High Renaissance. Okay. We'll look at that for its sense of perspective and space. So what I'm starting to do now, I'm starting to do perfectly horizontal lines. Line, line. Look at horizontal, horizontal. As I go up, ooh, this is where it gets so good. This is where I love it. And look at it, making them closer and closer, closer and closer together. Look at that. Into the distance. Do you see that? Now, be careful. These are perfectly horizontal. They are parallel with the bottom of the paper. Sometimes kids want to cheat and they're like, oh, Mrs. Mozingo, I think it looks like this. Nope. horizontal. Okay, this is Mozingo. I want to turn it a little bit. No, the sidewalk is not being pulled up. No, this work has gravity. Keep them grounded. Okay, keep them straight across. Once you've got that, then we're going to start to add the curbs. Now watch this. This part right here, I want you to imagine these are all slabs of concrete in the sidewalk. Watch this. I'm going to keep it perfectly vertical. It is parallel with the side of my paper. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Look at that. Ooh, ah. I'm going to keep it perfectly parallel with the side of my paper. Okay, now, common mistake, what kids start to do, they kind of fly out slightly. Try your best to keep these up and down. Make sure they should be parallel with the side of the paper. These parts going up should be parallel with the bottom of your paper. So this is day 1 of doing our 1-point perspective. Okay, let's get started.